trouble quacks, he's falling behind. In the streets, track freak in the sheets. Ducky, O8O59.
In the grimy alley, Ducky O8O59 lies twitching, a broken automaton amidst shadows and decay. His neon-orange eyes flicker weakly, struggling to maintain their artificial glow against the encroaching darkness. A desperate attempt to stand, his metallic feathers trembling with each strained movement. Spiderweb cracks of eerie, glowing energy spread beneath his feathers, a sign of imminent collapse. The air crackles with unstable energy, a visual omen of Ducky's fading existence. Each twitch, each flicker, a desperate plea against the inevitable shutdown in the alley's cold embrace. In the dimly lit alley, Ducky stands hunched, covered in a strange, luminous substance, the air thick with stale beer.
Great. I look like a radioactive piñata.
Ducky mutters, his voice echoing in the grimy space. A stray cat hisses, its eyes gleaming in the shadows, adding to the tense atmosphere. Ducky hisses back fiercely, a bizarre standoff in the alley as the cat retreats into the darkness. Inside Ducky's cluttered apartment, he tries to brush dirt off his jacket, a mundane task turning bizarre. Abruptly, his arm twitches, snapping into an unnervingly perfect robotic motion. His eyes widen in disbelief as his own limb betrays him, a mechanical puppet in disguise. A wave of confusion washes over Ducky as he fights to regain control, grabbing his crotch, fear creeping into his expression.
Whoa, what the hell?
Ducky exclaims, his voice a mix of shock and rising panic. The robotic arm remains rigid, a stark symbol of the change overtaking him. As he stares in horror, in his modest apartment, Ducky tests the waters of his strange, newfound abilities. He taps his foot, a flawless rhythm suddenly filling the room with an uncanny precision. Next, a simple clap, yet the sound resonates with an impossible, perfect tempo. A mischievous glint sparks in Ducky's eyes as he explores the extent of his powers. He scratches his butt, and the room is filled with a perfect 4/4 groove. Ducky stares, marveling at the absurd symphony he has unwittingly unleashed upon the world. In Quackville, whispers of Ducky's change spread like wildfire through the streets. Rumors swirl. A ghostly producer haunts the studio. A cursed metronome ticks with ill intent. And cosmic latency warps reality. The townsfolk murmur, fear and fascination mingling in their eyes. Night drapes over Quackville, the dim streetlights casting long shadows as Ducky walks home. His silhouette stands out against the gloom, each step measured and solitary. Unknowingly, his hip brushes against a seemingly ordinary wall. The contact unleashes an unexpected event, shaking the very foundations of Quackville. A deafening sound erupts, echoing through the night. Boo! The world shifts beneath Ducky's feet, forever altering his perception of reality. On Quackville's streets, Ducky abruptly halts, his eyes widening in alarm. He flails wildly, a desperate struggle to regain control amidst unseen forces. His frantic cry pierces the air. What? No, stop that! I didn't hit play! Panic mounts as he searches for a solution, his voice strained with urgency. Ducky shouts,
Hey, off button. I said, off.
Inside Ducky's apartment, a sneeze triggers a synthwave intro, filling the room with vibrant sound. A sudden burp from Ducky unexpectedly activates a reggae loop, adding a layer of chill vibes. As Ducky grabs his 3-inch cock, a gospel choir unleashes its power, creating an epic soundscape. The apartment transforms into a symphony of unexpected sounds, each action triggering a new musical genre. Ducky seems oblivious to the musical chaos, continuing his morning routine amidst the auditory explosion. A bizarre harmony of synth, reggae, and gospel fills the air, turning an ordinary day extraordinary. Ducky sits frozen, rigid in his chair, his eyes wide. Panic floods his face, a silent scream trapped within. He's paralyzed by an unseen fear, every muscle tense. His breath hitches, each inhale a struggle against the terror. Shadows dance around him, amplifying the dread. He's trapped in a nightmare, unable to break free. The clock ticks towards 3 a.m., each second an agonizing hammer blow in the oppressive silence. Sweat beads on Ducky's brow as he stares, fixated, at the relentless march of time. His eyes widen, reflecting a dread that claws at his throat, stealing his breath. Each tick of the clock echoes the frantic beating of his heart, a countdown to an unknown horror. The numbers glow with ominous intensity, casting long, dancing shadows that twist around him. The clock's stark numbers glow. 3 a.m. Silence hangs heavy in Ducky's apartment. A clean, crisp boom-bap beat erupts, tearing through the stillness. The sound pulses, a rhythmic anomaly in the dead of night. Kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. The beat takes shape, insistent and clear. The music emanates from Ducky's body, an impossible symphony. The rhythm builds, a strange, internal metronome dictating the quiet hours. Ducky's eyes snap open in the dead of night, pupils gleaming with an unnatural light. He bolts upright in his bed, feathers bristling with an unseen energy. An eerie pulse emanates from Ducky's feathers, casting strange shadows across the room. The air crackles around him as whatever force possesses him intensifies. Ducky's apartment is filled with an ominous aura, signaling a night of supernatural occurrences. Darkness consumes Ducky's apartment, the silence heavy and ominous. Shadows stretch and dance, concealing what lurks within the room. A faint glow emanates from an unseen source, barely piercing the gloom. Ducky's voice trembles, a thread of fear woven into each syllable.
Oh no. Did they find out that my manhood is only 3 inches?
He whispers, his words swallowed by the encroaching dark.
It's starting on its own. I can't control it.
A whirlwind of frantic energy. Ducky grapples with a trumpet, cheeks puffed, eyes wide with comical desperation. Notes scatter like confetti as Ducky's attempts at piano playing descend into a cacophony of dissonance. In a burst of frustration, a violin soars through the air, a brief, elegant arc against a backdrop of musical mayhem. Close up on Ducky's face, a mask of comical despair as he struggles to tame a drum set gone wild. A skin flute becomes an unwieldy dance partner, Ducky wrestling it across the room in a bizarre ballet. Amidst the chaos, Ducky stands defeated, instruments strewn around him like fallen soldiers in a musical war. Under the cloak of night, Ducky's webbed feet slap urgently against the pavement as he flees down Quackville streets. His eyes dart wildly, reflecting a desperate attempt to escape the unseen music. The sounds of his frantic escape echo in the night. Pedestrians halt in their tracks, their faces etched with a mixture of confusion and amusement. Their gazes follow the bizarre spectacle of the frantic duck dashing through the streets. Ducky's shadow stretches long and distorted under the streetlights, a symbol of his desperate plight. Ducky collapses onto the bed, the tired springs protesting under his weight, his body screaming from exhaustion. Dim light paints long shadows across the cluttered apartment, highlighting the disarray of Ducky's life. The relentless, rhythmic beat pulses through the room, a constant reminder of the night's stress. Every muscle protests as Ducky tries to find a comfortable position. Peace is so far away. In the dim light, Ducky's face is a mask of pure fatigue, the weight of the world etched into every line. What will I do now?
Stay tuned for episode 6, Roostrack Strikes Back.
He's Ducky, O8O59, stealing tracks.